Gossip Girl was fabulous for including some of the most inappropriate relationships ever. Student-teacher relationships are always inappropriate, but that didn't stop some of the main characters on Gossip Girl from giving into temptation. One student-teacher relationship happened between Dan Humphrey and his high school teacher, Rachel Carr. The drama between Serena Woodson and Ben Donovan was a little more complicated while she was enrolled at boarding school, since Ben got a bit flirty with Serena, but he didn't actually follow through with dating her until she was older. Here's a comparison of the nitty-gritty details. Serena went balls to the wall trying to seduce Ben while she was in boarding school. Ben shut down her advances because he didn't want to break the rules or hook up with a girl who was underage. Unfortunately for him, another student spotted them inside a hotel lobby together, and rumors started spreading like wildfire. Those rumors resulted in Ben getting locked up in prison after Serena's mother got involved. Ben served time in jail, even though he wasn't guilty. It was a hot mess. After he got out, he and Serena started dating for real, which was scandalous in and of itself. It seemed like Serena wanted to absolve herself of guilt, even though they both knew dating each other probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. Ultimately, their scandalous relationship ended when they realized their destructive history was too much to overcome or forget about. When it comes to the relationship between Dan and Rachel, their fling was a little more complex since Rachel waited until she thought she was fired as his teacher before their first hookup session happened. They definitely shared flirtations, and they were mutually attracted to each other from the start, but she was hesitant to move forward until she thought they were in the clear. By the time she realized she wasn't actually fired from her job, her affair with Dan had already taken flight. In the episode titled "The Age of Dissonance," Rachel broke off the relationship by leaving Dan a note to say she was sorry, but she needed to leave New York so she could return to her old life in Iowa. Dan was obviously heartbroken over it, but since the relationship was so scandalous, how else could he have expected it to end? So which of these student-teacher scandals was actually worse on Gossip Girl? Objectively speaking, Ben didn't go all the way with Serena until years later when she was well above the age of consent. So it's safe to say that the connection between them was less scandalous than what happened between Dan and Rachel. For additional clarity, Dan was 18 years old when he first met Rachel, and she was in her early 20s, presumably 24 or 25 years old. Even though he was of legal age to consent to their sexual encounters, the power dynamic between them, with her being a teacher and him being a student, was still totally wrong. Which student-teacher scandal do you think was worse on Gossip Girl? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.